Yeah, I wanted to refer to what you said about the 5 men being chopped and burned. In the original movie, there's actually only 4.
That's correct.
That's right.
In the new one, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a delightful swerve through an additional character. Why was that character put in? Was it just to meet up with the body count and the tagline?
Well, it is a little bit of a nod to the original tagline of 5 men, and it also, we wanted to deal with some of the implications or questions that came up on the first film. I think in today's world, people go, why don't you go to the police, right? A lot of people question that, even though most women don't ever go to the police because they're put on trial just as much as, their perpetrators are. But that question does come up, why don't you go to the police? And I think we answered it in the remake, without giving too much away.
You would never call 911 in this town. Other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
I was actually thinking that if you were to perhaps contribute a small portion of the proceeds of the film or whatnot to battered and abused women's centers, then perhaps that would get you more efficient.
I don't know whether that would be true or not. I mean, I think women that have, I can't put my head into the head of somebody who's been raped, but I don't think they would necessarily, want to run out and see this movie. Although we have had posts of women that have been raped and did see the movie and did like it. But I just don't know, I think you'd have to be a pretty strong woman to, sort of live through that again on screen. So I'm not so sure about that. We did consider it, but we felt it was, best to stay away from that.
Other questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Going back to what you said about the MPAA and the difficulty that you've had trying to get into some theaters, I live in a quite conservative town with 20,000 people, and I was wondering what the chances were that I would see this movie in my town, or if I'd have to go to some other city.
You'll probably have to go to some other city. I mean, we are, in the United States, we're opening in 10 cities, major cities, and I don't know what the number is going to be for Canada, because again, you have to screen the film for each theater, and each theater makes their own decision. But I think you're going to be looking at major cities. I think you're going to have to come to Toronto to see it, or Montreal, or depending on where you live.
We just have time for one more question. Have you got a question from the audience?
Well, I want to give a plug to Stephen Monroe, the director. He couldn't be here with us today, but he was initially scheduled to come, but for personal reasons couldn't make it. But he did a phenomenal job directing this movie. We had very little time, very little money, and he was a thoroughbred all the way through. He got great performances out of the actors. He really knew how to capture things on the camera. And one of the things he said to me when I was initially talking to him about doing this job, when I was interviewing him, he said, I want to go cinema verite with the assault and the rape. I want to make it very real and very authentic, and he really did. He's a great director. He did a great job for us.
I just want to start with Sarah and work with it. What do you hope people take away from the movie?
Well, I just hope that people are affected by it. I think that's the most general way that I can put it. And if I could have a wish, I would wish that all the women, and even the men, when the film is finished, would stand up and cheer and say, "You go, girl," in unison.
Jeff?
I just want you all to be entertained. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a movie. And I know it deals with very, very harsh material, and the content is bananas. But there's a lot of things out there that are shocking in a lot of different ways. I've seen some comedies where we make fun of something that's very personal and intimate that's turned into a joke and ha-ha. And I just want everybody to take the ride. Buy the ticket, take the ride on this one, and go. You know what it is. It's a movie. At the end of the day, everyone's healthy, happy, sitting here. It deals with serious material, but if you can make it through the first half of the movie, the second half is a huge payoff, and I don't think anybody will leave unsatisfied. And buy the ticket and take the ride.
Can you say that in the accent you use in the film?
No.
Well, I hope that men think twice before assaulting women going forward when they see the second half of
And
the
that too.
movie.
And I meant to
You
say that
know?
too.
In world peace.
Yeah, that's the, you know, I hope it sort of, you know, sends that message.
Anchor Bay will release I Spit in Your Grave October 8th in the US, October 15th in Canada. Tell your friends, Twitter, go online. We're going to have this young lady in the pink shirt handing out tickets to get autographs upstairs in the Anchor Bay booth from the cast and producers. And I would really like to thank Sarah Butler, Jeff Branson, and Lisa Hansen for coming in here and speaking to us about I Spit in Your Grave. I just, yeah.